Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to call on Archangel Michael to clear, cleanse the space, fall negative and lower vibrations from our mind, body, and soul, home and hearts. Placing the white light of protection on us with his blue seal. We're also going to call on Edgar Cayce because we're going to be reading out of my Edgar Cayce on Atlantis. And we're moving on to Chapter 2, Life and Readings and Incarnation, Part 1. Bear with me, guys. I never know what I'm going to stumble upon when I read these books. It says, we're also going to call in Edgar Cayce to help and assist and aid with this. So it says, Robert Dunbar's parents listened in amazement to their 9-year-old son. Robert's face glowed with excitement and enthusiasm. He began to recount at dinner the results of his first afternoon experiment with his new chemistry set. He had already performed practically all the experiments outlined in the manual. His conversations was full of technical terms, newfound thrill of putting various chemicals together. He was especially excited as he described how just a few more ingredients he would be able to make. I don't know why they're letting their son make it, but it says that thing that you shoot and the powder for it. Thus create his own firecrackers and fireworks to celebrate New Year's Eve. Letting a 9-year-old do that. The chemistry set had already been an experiment for the parents were beginning to explore, and suggestions were made in Edgar Cayce's life reading for Robert. So Robert had gotten a life reading by Edgar Cayce. That makes a little more sense. This experiment was to lead the Dunbar into new understanding of psychic perception, open for them the door into whole in new world of theory of reincarnation, karmic urges from previous lives. So those that don't understand, Edgar Cayce, he was a hypnosis. He would put people in trances. He found that many people had previous lives, just like Dolores Canyon. She did it for like 30 years, and she found that many people had previous lives on different planets. That's where a lot of the insight and information stems from. William Dunbar remembered the day of his son Robert's reading and the funny sensation he felt when Edgar Cayce, speaking from a sleep-like state, charged him and Elizabeth with a grave responsibility in rearing the child. The reading described Robert's past life in Germany, India, Egypt, and legendary country of Atlantis. In Germany, he was associated with an application of steam to move objects. In India, he developed a combination of chemicals that produce explosives which were used against enemy tribes. References were made to electrical and mechanical work done with mathematical precision in incarnations. The warning words of the reading rang in his ear. So a lot of times children remember past lives more than the average adult would remember a past life because they're more connected to the divine at that point. We haven't been able to brainwash them to the extent that an adult has been brainwashed to be more disconnected to the divine. So it says, for we find the abilities of this entry, especially beyond the ordinary, hence the necessity of directing Robert in the proper channel that the world, the peoples, the nations may gain the advantage of the abilities of entity. For turn in the wrong channels, his abilities may become warnings to many that through they gain the whole world lose their soul what has been gained. So, and again, Edgar Cayce, he worked for Harvard Medical. He would go ahead and tap into people's Akashic record readings. He would find out what is diagnosed and what was wrong with their medical issues that they were having, and then that's how he would help Harvard Medical. He did this for a long time, so The fact that people don't believe in reincarnation, I mean, really look outside the box and start looking into different avenues and aspects. I mean, the information is out there. This enthusiasm with the chemical set and immediate attempt to make explosives was the first sign of the accuracy of Edgar Casey's description of Robert Dunbar, but by no means the last. At the early age, Robert developed an interest in cars and all mechanical apparatus. In high school, he became interested in electricity. Encouraged by his parents, he went on to earn a degree in electrical engineering. He became interested in his life reading himself and referred to it more than once during the World War II, when he had decisions to make. Electrical engineering were sought for all kinds of assignments during the war years. Some involved some defense installations, other ways of dealing greater death and destruction to the enemy. Robert moved toward radar work when Rommel troops were overrunning Africa and invasion of South America seemed imminent. Robert was busily supervising the installation of radar network in the West Indies to protect the Panama Canal and the Trinidad oil fields. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Sometimes I wish I want to read the stuff prior and kind of like go through what I want and what I don't want. But at the same time, when I'm reading it along with my viewers, then the information is coming to me that I would have lost if I then reread it another time. So that's why I don't do that. But I probably wouldn't have shared this information, all of it, in the depths and detail that I did. But I do believe it's important for people to understand that why you're really interested in something, it might be because you were perfected it in a previous life. You did it in a previous life. Again, do your own research. I'm not here to try to convince anybody of anything. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to spark maybe a remembrance, as well as to maybe get you interested in learning different avenues of different books that are out there. It's a unique world that we live in. So I love you all. Have a blessed day. Namaste.